This is a Pele Media podcast.
Welcome back to Goonies Minute, everybody. Goonies Minute is the fan podcast where we carefully explore the movie Goonies minute by minute. I'm Brady.
And this is Chris.
And today we are here to cover minute number 50. Chris, we are 50 minutes into this movie. Can you believe it?
50 minutes into the movie, and I wish I had another 500 to go because I'm enjoying it that much.
Yeah? How was your weekend? How was your day, more or less?
Day was good. They had the annual dog parade for Mardi Gras dog parade here in Baton Rouge. They do a good job of raising money.
Now, did y'all bring your dog?
That dog has been retired from the puppy parade. That is enough for me to handle at home. So
he's very seasoned.
That dog can stay at home.
He only has one eye, doesn't he?
He's like a pirate.
He's like a pirate.
He's a pirate.
We'll have to get him on the show sometime. Well, on that note, let's get into the minute.
I think we should get into the minute.
Let's get into the minute. In the previous minute, the Goonies had finally made their way underground with nowhere to go. Steph brought all of the piping overhead to Mouth's attention. At minute 50, Mouth recognizes the piping as water pipes. He concludes that if they bang loud enough on each of the pipes, someone above ground will hear them. We cut to the Astoria Country Club. Water fountains, toilets, and showers are acting crazy due to the Goonies' attempt to get help. And thus ends minute 50 of the Goonies. So we get to see throughout the course of the movie something that I'm really glad they did, and that is give each of the Goonies a certain skill set or a certain worth to bring to the table to help save the day. And in this case, Mouth is using his knowledge of plumbing because his dad, as we have seen earlier, is a plumber, and he's able to identify the pipes and that they are definitely going to lead somewhere. And so if they disrupt the piping enough, it's going to cause some kind of damage that someone will have to come look into and possibly get down to them.
Right.
So it's a pretty brilliant move.
It's very interesting, and again, it goes along the whole thing of how much does Mikey and them want to get out of there, and how much do they want to continue? You know, and it's always that dilemma in there because we know that there's trouble behind them. We know that they're dealing with murderers or criminals, but then we also had that goal that we started with this treasure. So it's kind of a fine line there, I think. Yeah. That some are more interested in escaping than the others, and Mikey, we're trying to figure out who wants what.
Do we see Mikey involved in this scene, banging on the pipes? I don't remember seeing him.
No, I mean, if he is,
he's in the background or something.
I don't know why we would have not caught that if he was in it.
Because it makes sense that he wouldn't have been a part of that.
Right.
So,
but then again, he said, when they were underneath the fireplace, or in the fireplace about to go down, they said he was all for them going to get the police.
Yeah.
So,
that's
I don't know.
True, yeah.
I mean,
who knows?
Then again, he maybe think that they could go get the police and still get the treasure.
Yeah, true.
Then again, there's that part too. That he doesn't necessarily think that it's all over if the cops come. So
right.
Look at it that way too. That not necessarily the adventure is not necessarily over completely. Mm-hmm. Although we think as watching it that it would be in that situation if the cops showed up.
Well, we also get to go back out to the real world that we haven't seen in maybe 20 minutes of this movie, maybe more, and that is we cut to the Astoria Country Club. And it's really jarring because all we've seen is this dank, dark restaurant with like one color palette. And now we're underground. We haven't seen any signs of civilization in quite a while, and here we are in this very active country club.
Very active ancient civilization.
Yeah, there you go.
With those fossils trying to play tennis.
That's true. And so the guy's trying to use the water fountain, and I don't think it works like that. If you were
this is the thing, and I have in my notes. This whole scene is one of my favorite funny scenes in the movie, but it's also completely unrealistic. Unrealistic. But to me, I looked at it's almost like it's much needed humor.
Oh, yeah.
After all of this dark and serious stuff going on, this is some much-needed humor. Yeah, it's unrealistic, but hey, let's have a little fun and throw that in here in the movie, even though that people are going to realize it wouldn't happen exactly like that. And I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with it. This is classic 80s. Classic 80s in the sense that your antagonist is a country club. And it's old, rich, white dudes. Caddyshack, all of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so the fact that they're attacking, even if inadvertently, this institution that just in the 80s represented all things bad.
Oh, yeah.
This elitist...
They're living the stereotype here.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of funny.
We go after the playing of tennis and with the water fountain and stuff, and then we go to this wonderful scene. It's such a lovely scene of these old geezers taking a shower together.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's so extreme what happens with the knobs of the shower.
Yeah. It's
it's like, even if they were banging it, and it's like completely breaks the tile.
Yeah.
That's like, but again, it's just made to be funny right here.
Absolutely. And this is also the first sense of like just kind of fun action, goofy action that we've had in quite a while. So the movie takes a big shift all at once right here. We're getting back to the rest of the world, and we're seeing a certain type of humor that we haven't seen for maybe the first time in the movie.
Right.
But we also see a guy right here with an eye patch. And you and I were both like, oh, it's got to be some kind of little pirate message or whatever. But then I started to think, like, there are people who wear eye patches in the world.
There ain't many of them.
And especially in a movie.
There ain't many of them that would be at that country club.
That's true.
So let me tell you what. If you had the money to be at one of these country clubs,
yeah,
you'd have a gorgeous marble eye.
That's true.
Or you would have some kind of fake something.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd be wearing a patch.
No, probably not. But
I think that was definitely
some kind of reference.
Pirate imagery lately.
That's true.
Something in there. But again, almost as a goof,
Yeah, and it's too deliberate. And these filmmakers did not see that happen and
why would
take
he
it out.
Here's the thing. Okay, let's say he's got a patch. Why do they wear a patch? There are different reasons to wear a patch. Maybe you had surgery on one eye, so you wear a patch, so it can heal. Or you wear a patch because you don't want other people to see whatever the hell is behind that patch.
Yeah.
But you're going to wear it in the shower? You're going to be that concerned about what people think? You're going to keep it on in the shower? What the hell is that?
Dude, there used to be this guy who sat in front of us at LSU football games. We had season seats.
Season tickets.
Yeah, season tickets. And there was this old man who sat in front of us, and he and my dad had gradually gotten to know each other, and he had a fake eye. And the thing would start to drift and look the other way, in mid-conversation. And then he'd have to blink, and you could see that he's working.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I'm 5 years old, and I didn't understand that, people didn't always have both of their eyes. And it was the wrong color and everything. Even the white of the eye was just off.
That's
and
awesome.
So to a 5-year-old, this dude is staring at me and grinning so, how you doing, Sonny? You enjoying second grade?
Well, after seeing you, I might talk a little bit different because I think you're from down in the sticks and
Just like that.
Yeah.
And then his eye would start to sort of drift or whatever. And then that's it. That's the end of my story about old One Eye. So too bad his name wasn't Bill, because then he'd be One Eye Willie. Oh. On that note, you got anything else for this minute?
It's pretty quick. That's pretty much all I have, other than they were going crazy trying to mess with those pipes. And the next minute is pretty funny, and we'll have a lot to talk about with that. But that's all I have.
That's all I got too. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us today with minute number 50 of the Goonies, and we will see you back here tomorrow. So until then, this is Brady.
And this is Chris.
And we're here to remind you that Goonies never say die. Goonies Minute is a fan-supported podcast. If you like the show, then leave us a review on iTunes. You can find us at GooniesMinute.com, Facebook.com/GooniesMinute, Twitter.com/GooniesMinute, and at Instagram at GooniesMinute. You can contact us at GooniesMinute@gmail.com. You've been listening to a Pele Media podcast. For premium content and exclusive podcasts, visit us at Patreon.com/Pele Media. Check us out on Facebook at Facebook.com/Pele Media and follow us on Twitter at Twitter.com/Pele Media.